Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad, and today I will be informing you guys on how you can be an active listener. So, before I start my speech, I want to start with asking you guys a question. Do you remember the last time you listened to a person speaking to you? Now, if you do remember, try to recall what they said and ask yourself whether you fully understand the things that they said. If yes, then congratulations. That means you are an active listener. But if it's no, then don't worry. Today I will tell you how you can become an active listener and become a better active listener if you are already one. So the first thing to know about being an active listener is you must first learn the difference between hearing and listening. So, like I always say, listen, don't hear, because there is a distinct difference between hearing and listening. Because we hear things all the times, like the sound of cars passing by, the sound of rustlings, but it is not the same for listening. Because hearing is just our ears receiving sound waves, then transmitting it to the brain and categorizing it as sound waves. And this is categorized as passive listening, which is observed to be disconnected, inattentive, and unreceptive. While on the other hand, listening means to actively pay attention to the words or sound heard and to make an effort to fully understand and comprehend the words that the person you are listening to is saying. You must be fully present in the conversation, and listening not only requires us to use our ears, but also our minds to fully comprehend the words that we heard, and also our eyes to understand the emotions behind those words. So you need to know that there is a difference between hearing and listening is what you should be doing when you are hearing someone talking or speaking. So, the next step to being an active listener is to master nonverbal cues. So, nonverbal cues are a signs of active listening skills. And if you have them, congratulations. If you don't know what nonverbal cues are, don't worry, I will tell you what they are. So one of the aspects of nonverbal cues is eye contact. Your eye contact plays a huge role in being an active listener. Because eye contact reflects your interest to what the person is showing. Because for you guys' information, our eyes shows not only our emotions but also the interest towards something. First, for example, if you see something interesting, your eyes will be glued to that something, whether we realize it or not. And it is the same with listening. If we are listening to something that we find interesting, our eyes show. Uh, what do they say? Action speaks louder than words. Yes, the action of your eyes speaks volume of your interest towards what they are saying. So the next time you are trying to listen, try using the 70% rule when listening. So what is the 70% rule? It's simple. Try to maintain eye contact with the person you're listening to 70% of the time. And this will reaffirm and reassure them that you are very interested in what they have to say. And the next step of non-verbal cues is to control your body language. So non-verbal communication includes your posture and the subtle movements that you make. So the next time you try to listen to somebody, try mirroring the speaker's body posture. For example, if they're sitting like this, try doing the same posture as they are doing, and it can make them feel that you and them are in the same wavelength. And another way that you can show your interest with your body language is to lean towards them. And this can show that you are actually being attentive to them. For example, try to lean in like this or lean in a little bit like this. You don't have to do much in terms of posture. Another one is to make subtle nods to show that you are affirming or agreeing to what they are saying, which indicates that you are being attentive. For example, for each time they are saying, for the things they are saying, try to give them a subtle nod. Mm. Just a little nod. You don't have to nod like this. Just a little nod to show that you are understanding the things that they are trying to communicate to you. And last but not least, one of the techniques of active listening is to add some words of your own. Active listening does not mean you should always, throughout the conversation, just stay quiet. Uh, how about you guys try to ask open-ended questions when it's appropriate? For example, but try to avoid asking yes or no questions like "Have you eaten?" For example, because it usually stops the flow of the conversation because it ends when they answer yes or no. Instead, ask open-ended questions. For example, like how do you feel? Uh, do you Are you okay with it? Can you explain it to me more? Those questions can encourage thoughtful and expansive response, which is why they are often used by mental health therapists when communicating with their patients. Hmm. And this in this way you can show that you are really interested in what they are saying and you want to learn more of what they say so you can fully understand more about what they are trying to convey. So, in conclusion, there's more than meets the eye in becoming an active listener, and it is not as simple as it sounds. But in the long run, it can be extremely beneficial for your social life. You can use this when in your workplace, with your friends and family, and it can deepen your relation and your bond with them, and it can help you to make connections with others really easily. So being active listener goes a long way than just to help you listen to the problems of friends and family, but can help you with your job and when building connections. So thank you very much. That's all for me. And the next time you listen to somebody talking or sharing their problems, remember, listen, don't just hear. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.